It's not your fault and you don't deserve all the bad and the hurt. I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up. Just hold on tight. It'll be alright. All your life you've tried to be a good man inside. Did everything that you thought you should. Didn't seem to do you any good.
You guys, we are at the garden this morning. I was gonna bring you guys along to do my morning chores with the animals because I've never really did a video like that, but to be honest, I woke up really late and I've got to get done and get ready for work because I went back to work this week. So I figured we'd come out here and I'll give you a little tour of the garden because I feel like I just left you guys hanging the other day from the storm. But first, I want to turn you around and show you what I've added to the garden. I'm really excited to show you. I have added my gate finally. It's taken me since last season. This was a old iron headboard that belonged to my mother-in-law. And so I wanted to repurpose it because she is no longer with us, and just kind of add her memory to my garden. Do you guys see how pretty the flowers are? I'm loving them. Okay, we're gonna get in here and I'm gonna show you guys everything. There is some amazing stuff in the garden, and there is some not amazing stuff going on in the garden. I actually lost a little bit of sleep last night trying to think about what am I going to do because I have some issues. And I really felt like I didn't want to show you guys I was failing, but that's not being right. I want to show you my failures too, because if I'm going to show you my successes and what is working for me, I might as well show you what isn't working, and maybe also you guys can maybe help me figure out what's going on because I have no idea and I've never had this issue in this garden. So, but let me turn you around and start showing you the good stuff, and then we'll look at the bad stuff, okay? In the end. Do you guys see how glorious my peas are? They are halfway up the trellis and they just started putting off blooms. We have the sweet peas right there. I've got the red noodle beans coming up. Finally having cucumbers after reseeding them like 4 times. And you see I seeded them real heavy because they just wasn't coming up. And if they did, they died. I guess I had something eating them off at the ground. And then I have my Kajari melons on this side. Look. I don't know if y'all can see that. Isn't that beautiful? We have pea flowers. And I cannot wait. Alright, we're gonna go over here and I'm gonna start showing you the beds. I'm gonna try to get through this as quickly as possible. And hopefully you guys will still be able to see the stuff. And then I still have time to go get ready for work and go to work. Right, this is the first bed. We have Swiss chard, and then we have our lettuce. And then down here is where we have our blue salvia. And then we have spinach, at the back. Guys, I've never grown Swiss chard, and let me tell you that the color and the beauty that it is just worth it. Not only is it amazing to eat, but it is so beautiful. Let me show you. I really don't think that the camera does it justice on how beautiful, but do you see the color of the lettuce in this bed? And Swiss chard is so beautiful. Oh, and there's also African daisies. I forgot about those. And we're gonna come right over here, and this is my turnip bed. We have snapdragons, and then we have the marigolds. And look, you guys, I seen that one of them was blooming with flowers. Is that not amazing? I cannot wait. Go to the glorious overgrown turnip bed. I have been harvesting them from this end right down here. These right down here are not ready, so we're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer. And then we have them onions right there. I'm gonna pull up and I'm going to seed some dwarf-sized zinnias. But we have my sweet alyssum, and then I've had to reseed the nasturtiums that died back, but they're coming back. The strawberries still have not been planted. I've got to get that done this weekend. I've just had to rebuild their whole bed, and that was about 2 days worth of work, but it's now done. We're gonna get them planted, you guys. I know they look terrible, but I can't keep the cats down here. I come down here every morning and I set them up, and the cats come down here and play in them and mess them up. So I know we're not gonna get harvest this year, but they're gonna get a home this year. This bed right here is carrots, beets, and then I've reseeded carrots again, and then beets. You can just see them start popping up out of the ground. We have snapdragons, and then we have the marigolds. Look at this glorious bed. This is my onion bed, and I just pulled the dirt away from them. And you know, whenever you kind of wring the onions in, they get kind of floppy, but they'll stand back up. But I'm gonna have an amazing onion year this year, I hope anyways. We have the blue salvia coming up, white sweet alyssum in the bottom, and we just got some baby nasturtiums coming up also because I reseeded those. Isn't that bad? Just glorious. Those onions are huge. Right over here, and this is going to be my herb bed. Everything is doing amazing. I know that we had some damage to the lemon balm when we had that late freeze, but it's doing so good. We have parsley, we have chamomile, calendula, cilantro, and then we have feverfew, those two right there, and then all my dill. I'm really excited about the dill. And look how pretty this sweet alyssum is. I just love it. It's so pretty. It's purple and white. And then back here we have the white petunias. The bottom of those beds back there. This one I don't understand. It only has like one flower that blooms. I don't think it's getting enough sun. So, oh well. It's still gonna be pretty no matter what. And then we're gonna come right here to my sweet potato bed. And yes, you guys, those are the sweet potatoes that I started in those white bins. And then we're going to go over here to the glorious cabbage bed. Look how beautiful. And remember, that's that one that limb fell out of the tree and kind of damaged, but it is flourishing back. This is my kale, red kale, and long stem cabbage. I love these things. I come out here and eat on them daily. Is that not beautiful? So beautiful. I'm about to order me some netting for this bed because I did see a little bit of some worms on here yesterday, and I don't want to lose this. So I will be buying me some netting to protect this, and I will show you guys what I get when it comes in. But look at the glorious beans. These are doing amazing. These in the back I had to reseed because they never came up, but they're all up now, and I'm just hoping that they are going to catch up with these. You can tell I had to seed that one didn't come up, but green beans are doing good. Right, we're going to go to the opposite end of the bed where there's no problems, and I'm going to show you what's going on down here. These is my corn bed, tomatoes, eggplants, and peppers. So let me show you what's going on down here. I am really happy and excited, and I really wish that the entire garden looked like this, but can't win them, you can't have them all. Look at my corn in this bed. It's come up beautifully, and really excited. This is like a 60-day variety, 63-day variety. So we should have corn by 4th of July. This bed, on the other hand, I'm going to have to reseed this. This is actually a later variety, but it's been in the ground for a while, and it should have at least already started peeking through. So I'm going to reseed that. I think this is like an 83, 90-day variety, and then this is like a 76 or 73-day variety. So I know that you're not supposed to mix corns because they cross-pollinate, but I really don't care because I'm just going to eat it. I'm not going to be saving the seeds. So as long as it tastes good, that's all that matters to me. This one's come up. There's a few spots here that did not, that I'm going to reseed. And I honestly think that some of the corn in this bed is not there due to the cats. I don't know what to do, you guys. I put fence up on this, like extra fencing to where they can't get in, but cats climb, so they can climb up my poles and get in, and they can jump. So there's nothing I can do. I've told my husband I've thought about putting an electric fence where they'll quit coming in here, or an automatic sprinkler where they'll get spritzed every time they come in my garden. I don't know. What do you guys think I should do? And then we have the lovely flower bed. Everything's going really well. I will let you guys know that I've had, I guess, a worm that cuts them down to the ground because that hoe's empty, and there's 2 or 3 more hoes that are empty there. And I've come in and they were big flowers like that, and they would just be flopped over and dead because something had nibbled it right at the ground. So that's a little aggravating and disappointing, but there's nothing I can do about it. And then we come to the first row of tomatoes, the ones that I had to protect in the hailstorm. And as y'all can see, I've still got the cattle panels up. And the reasoning that I left those up is because I got tired of moving them around the garden, and I'm just going to leave them there until I get them up on their beds because they're actually out of the way. So I don't think they're hurting anything. I know it looks kind of crazy, but these tomatoes are doing really well. I'll kind of show you over here. You see that one? It's got blooms. These are my cherry tomatoes. And you see how healthy and beautiful they are. These were the first things I planted out in my beds. They've had a little bit longer time to acclimate. I acclimated every single one of my plants the exact amount of time. They all got up potted. They all started being acclimated out into the elements the exact same time. They were all taken care of the exact same way. Every one of them looked glorious, big, and beautiful, and green, and healthy the day that I planted them into this garden. And what I'm going to show you next is something's going on, because I don't know what I did, but it has to be something I did. I don't feel like it's the environment, because things that are struggling and things that are having an issue are in different beds, and it's just some of those things in the bed. So let me show you for starters. And I was kind of really upset about it, because these are my favorite things in the garden right now, and I may be losing one. So let me show you. All right, this is my ground cherry. And let me tell you, when I put these ground cherries in this ground, they're in the exact same bed. I planted them all the same. They were the exact same size. They were all green, all beautiful. This one has just one leaf that's showing signs. But do you see that one? Healthy, big, growing. And then you go to the next one, and it has something there. Kind of struggling a little bit, but the new growth is doing well. And then you go over here to this little squirt, and it hasn't really grown very much. And when it does grow, it is having an issue. So I really don't know. I don't know what I've done, or how to fix it, or how to learn from it, because they all got planted the exact same thing. The only thing that I've done that may have switched it up is that I put a slow release fertilizer in the hole when I planted everything. But I also did that on that first row of tomatoes that y'all seen how beautiful and healthy they are. And I may have put too much in that hole. I don't know. But to me, it was supposed to be a slow release. So I don't see how it would burn it. And plus I mixed it in, so nothing should be sitting on the roots. So I have quite a bit in my garden doing the same thing, and I was really upset yesterday. I kind of lost some hours of sleep thinking, what am I doing wrong? What happened? I'm not going to be successful. I'm going to have holes in my garden. But again, this year I'm going to learn. It's okay to fail, and I'm going to learn from it, that maybe next year I'm not going to put the slow release fertilizer in the hole. And if it wasn't that, then I'm going to have to learn that I probably need to just bite the dust and take samples from every single bed and send them off to see what's going on. That way I can amend it and figure out the no-till method. I've got from one end of the garden to the other, soil is totally different, and I can't treat them all the same. So I don't know, but maybe you guys can give me some insight on what I've done wrong, because I've never seen that, and I have no idea what I need to do to fix it. In hindsight, I'd say my eggplants are doing pretty well. Again, planted the exact same way, all got the slow release fertilizer in them. I don't know, you guys. I do need to come in here and spray them, because they're getting the flea beetles, and you guys know that flea beetles are notorious about ravishing eggplants. Usually if I do it about once a week, once they get bigger, it kind of helps and they can fight them off themselves. Peppers, this is my bell peppers, and I do have a few of them that are kind of showing the exact same sign, but they're not as bad as what some of them are. So I have put out pictures to like some of the gardening groups that I'm on, and some of them thought it was too much water, not enough water, or high winds, because Oklahoma has had a lot of high winds. But I don't know. I have some that I really just do not know. This hummingbird feeder I have down here, I just love it. I sit down here and watch the hummingbirds come down here in the afternoon. It's amazing. We have got squash coming up. Not all of it, but quite a bit. I've got a few that I think I may have to reseed. But these are all different kinds. So I know cross-pollination, but I really don't care about that stuff. I just want food to eat. Look at those glorious peas. Aren't those beautiful? I just love them. Okra is up. Not every hoe. Just 2 hoes I'm missing. So I may have to come in here and reseed them. But very excited. And these are seeds that I saved from my okra plants 2 years ago. So exciting. We have the glorious hot pepper bed. These were just planted like 3 days ago and they are doing well. But I have noticed on this little squirt right here we're having the same issue. Do you see how it's kind of yellowish? And then you go over here and this one's green, more green. So I just do not know. But so far so good. They're doing okay. I have some buds. This right here is the bed that I had to do for the strawberries. It's ready. I've just got to lay the black plastic down and burn the hose and get them in the ground. I plan on doing that this week, but I have to go back to work. And then the last 2 beds. These are the ones that have me stumped. These are the ones I don't know what's going on. And I do not know how to fix it. So maybe you guys can help me. First of all, we're going to start at one end and I'm going to show you the other end. Again, having some issues. Not bad. Not too bad. And then you come over here to this glorious plant. See that? But then the new growth is green and beautiful. This one, the same thing. But then you go to these plants in the exact same bed, planted the exact same way, and hardly anything. You may have one right there, but nothing. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. On this bed of tomatoes, that first part that I just showed you, the front of this bed, the first 2 did not have any of that slow release fertilizer. 1, because I ran out, and 2, I was in a hurry to get them in the ground because there was a storm coming. But these last 4 that show no signs of that, they have the slow release fertilizer. So it's got me thinking that it has to be something in the ground. But how can I have it on part of the bed and then over in the other part of the garden doing the exact same thing when it's different dirt? I just don't know, you guys. We have the not so beautiful paste tomato bed. When I planted these tomatoes, they were amazing. Just like those tomatoes were, big, beautiful green. And they were big and beautiful and green until this week. And that's another thing. These have been in the ground for about a week, week and a half. And they just started showing signs of this. And we've had a lot of bad weather. So, not doing much growing. Every one of them have this on it. The good thing I'm seeing on this one is the new growth is kind of green and doing well. This one's kind of bad. This one's worse. See the yellowing? This one's worse. But then the new growth seems to be doing okay. And then we have this little glorious thing. Yep, I think that one's gone. I don't think that that one's going to be able to be saved, and I'm going to have to pull it out. I was really hoping that the new growth would start being better, but if you get in here, you can tell that the tips are curling. It's completely like yellow, lime green. And then you go to this one and it's pretty bad, but then you can see in the middle the new growth is green. So how do you go from one end of the bed to the other bed and there be such a huge difference? So maybe some of you guys can give me some advice what's going on, because I'm pretty stumped. I have been Googling fertilizer burn. I've been Googling wind burn. I have been Googling deficiencies, and honestly, some of it looks like it and some of it don't. So I really don't know. I don't know what I need to do. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to learn from it. So maybe some of you guys can help me figure this out. I'm kind of sad because I really do think that my paste tomatoes, like my Romas and my Hungarian heart tomatoes, are not going to do very well this year. So really, Rambo? So maybe some of you guys can help me figure out what is going on in my garden, because I really don't know, and I don't know how to fix it, and I don't know how to learn from it or figure it out. And this is just the perks of my gardening every year. It's things like this in the past that has gotten me to where I wanted to give up. Rambo! I'm telling you, he's got something to say. So, anywho, there's a lot of great things going on in my garden, and I'm really happy, and I love my garden. It's beautiful, and not everything can be perfect, and I know that. So I thought it was time to bring you guys along and show you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and hopefully y'all can learn with me and along the way. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and click the bell. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. God bless.